Hi guys, Louis at Defending Elvis. I'm still celebrating today. I'm going to celebrate till I go to sleep. Uh, 14 months after we started Defending Elvis, we're interviewing Donna Presley, Elvis's first cousin, and she's coming to my house. Come on. It doesn't get better than that. And the interview went perfect. Everyone loves it. I'm getting hundreds of comments saying how much they enjoyed it, how it just felt good, felt right, and how she was amazing. How many people are telling me they love the questions. Which, believe it or not, in under 10 minutes, I quickly jotted down the questions on. I'll show you them, guys, on these two scraps of paper. Da da da, with my kids' writing paper. Look, just a couple of old scraps of paper. 10 minutes before the interview, I quickly went, and the thing is, the questions came to me very easy. I knew what I wanted to ask. It wasn't an effort. Yeah, that's why I wrote them out so quick. And away we were. Do it. I think making history were not question. That's the wrong way of putting it. We at Defending Elvis have joined up with. Oh, someone's just walked in. Have joined up with Donna Presley. It's that simple, guys. It doesn't get better than that. So, guys, I'm definitely in a jubilant mood. Bit tired. I did a 3-mile walk. So I want to try and review this Priscilla Presley with Bud Mishkin. Softly as I Leave You is what it says it's called here. I don't know this YouTube channel. It's 92nd Street. I'll put on there. It's 19th Street, Y, New York. But it's obviously a big channel. It's 422,000 subscribers. So I'm going to say, hi, we're going to review this. Hi, we're going to review this on our channel. Thank you. I always tell people we're going to do it. Yeah. So we've done that. Now, I've never watched it. I've had quite a few of you send it to me. I'm still playing catch up, guys. There's other things I need to do with interviews with Priscilla. There's a lot of Donna Presley stuff I just haven't had the time to get around to. Remember, tomorrow at some time, I think, was it 3 o'clock tomorrow? Donna Presley is on the Nerve, I think. Let's have a look. Someone sent it me. I think Karen might have sent it me. Let's have a look. I haven't had a chance to go through my messages. I think she has sent it me. I can't see it. But don't worry. I got a feeling it's definitely tomorrow. Yeah. And obviously the Nerve is a big deal, I think. Right. Let's just press play. And it's a very, very long interview. We're not going to do the whole of it. We might have to break it down into 3 sections. But let's just give it a go. Thanks, guys, and welcome to Defending Elvis. Welcome to Team Elvis. Thanks for joining us. Special welcome to the new people. We've got new members. Please join. It's only $1-ish. Yeah. Please join. The more members show support for the channel. And anyone that has bought me a coffee or sent me a super thank you, I'm very grateful. I love it when you show me appreciation for all the hard work that goes into this channel. Yeah. It's very kind of you. I do appreciate it. Right. Here goes. Right, so I always say this with Priscilla, guys, that I'm not happy about this book, and we are exposing the lies and the wrongs in this book. This is a book created to reinvent history. I think this book is trickery, conning, telling lots of untruths. So just my opinion for entertainment purposes. Everything I say on this show is for entertainment purposes. Wherever Priscilla goes, she is treated like Elvis. Unbelievable. Elvis would turn in his grave if he knew that Priscilla was the front person for Elvis for nearly 50 years. Unbelievable. Let's keep going. I always wonder if these researchers, these interviewers, journalists, if they bother doing proper research. Yeah, I mean, it looks like he's holding the book. Softly as I Lie to You. So has he done his homework, or is he going to hang on every word that she says believe everything she says? Is he going to not question anything she says? And is he going to treat her like she is Elvis, like she is still married to Elvis, like when Elvis died, they were still together? Will he also treat her like she was 14 when Elvis got married to Priscilla, which is bullshit, of course.
Welcome to New York.
I made it here.
You made it. You made it. And welcome to the 92nd Street Y.
Thank you.
Oh, I love his accent.
We're really happy to have you.
Thank you.
Congratulations on the book. It's a book about life and loss.
So congratulations on the book, which tells me straight away that he believes every word of it. Let's keep going.
And also a lot of joy, and certainly legacy. And it's 40 years
Certainly legacy.
since the first book, Elvis and Me. So I'm curious, why did this time feel good to have this book come out?
So much has happened
Oh, good question. Hello.
in my life, and I figured that this is the time. I'm a lot older, and I wanted to write this book and put down my memoir and all the things that, has happened since.
She actually looks up together there, doesn't she? The white suits her, hair looks good. She actually looks okay. Come on, she's 80.
And the stories, my daughter, just my life, and since Elvis has passed.
Right, okay. So is the book about say that? Let me play it again. Is the book as she's just subscribed? Because obviously we've read quite a lot of different parts of this book, yeah? So is it Life After Elvis? Let's have another listen to that.
Since the first book, Elvis and Me. So I'm curious, why did this time feel good to have this book come out?
So much has happened.
I have to comment on the book Elvis and Me. I can't just let him say that without me saying something. Guys, this, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes, is a complete con, a trick, full of lies, completely twisted the truth, reinvented history, a book to make Priscilla look like a poor victim and Elvis look like the bad guy. It's that simple. None of it, in my opinion, is correct. Just how I feel.
In my life, and I figured that this is the time. I'm a lot older, and I wanted to write this book and put down my memoir and all the things that, has happened since. And the stories, my daughter,
we walked home from
just
school.
my life, and since Elvis has passed.
You write in the prologue, it's interesting that you write in the prologue,
Do you agree with that, guys?
near the end of the book, that writing the book has been a learning experience.
That what? Oh,
It's
right.
been a learning experience.
Yeah.
How so?
Because I go back
Oh, is this guy actually going to question her a little bit? I wonder.
in time. And the things that didn't mean anything at that time means a lot to me now. Of course, I was a lot younger.
Like what?
I'm a lot older. And now I appreciated my life so much more in that I was able to handle things that a young girl, I don't think, could handle.
She seems more with it today, more like with the interview where I said I thought she'd had a few drinks. She seems a bit more clearer today. Let's keep going.
And I think that, I started reading the book, and then I started going through the pages, and I said, gosh, and this
Tina, turn it
after
down.
all this time that I've had it out, and I go, wow, I'm proud of myself because I made it through some ups and downs that we all go through. And I have a lot of love and a lot of care and a lot of thankfulness for my friends, and all the experience, whether good or bad, that have entered my life, I have learned from.
Is part
Okay, straightforward. Keep going.
of writing it also talking to the other people in your life and loved ones, family, friends,
Not
and
really.
hearing their takes on things that happened
No.
30, 40 years ago?
No, that's just my story and my experiences with, I don't have that many in there, and a few of them have passed.
Right,
In fact, most.
right. And that
So she straight away is claiming it is her story. She doesn't want to make it about other people. That's what I got from that, okay? Let's keep going.
notion of writing a book about everything, warts and all, so to speak, before you started, does it take some kind of bucking up in yourself of, okay, if I'm going to do this, there are some really hard chapters to write, and how does one prepare to do something?
You don't really prepare.
Right, he's asking different questions, isn't he? Right, I think this is going to be interesting. I'm going to put some more water in my tea. Yeah, I'll let you one now. Because I think he's taking this in a different direction. Yeah. So, interesting, guys. Interesting. Let me just give him. Give him a little bit of tea. Give Tino a bit of tea.
I'm going to Constantine.
Oh, do you? Right. Shit. What have you got today? Swimming or football?
Swimming, football,
Swimming and football. You're a lucky boy. And you've been what?
school.
Yes. Oh, shh, can't be long. Do you remember we're live? Right. So yeah, I've done your tea. Don't worry. Right, he loves his cup of tea, guys. He's a tea drinker.
Yeah, I'm not going to get the word.
Yes. Right.
Wow.
So there you go, nice and sweet. He likes it sweet. That's yours, Tino. Okay. Sorry, guys. You know, we're at home in the kitchen, Louis in the UK and all that. Right. Okay, let's get back to it. I'm hoping to go live today because I want to play the Donna Presley interviews, at least one of them. So maybe after this, but let's keep going.
There, because you're getting into it, and all of a sudden you're facing it, and you're thinking, okay, I'm going to put this down, right or wrong. It was just relief for me. It was more for me, really, than anyone else.
That's twice you said that. So you've lost your daughter, you've lost your grandson. Obviously, other people have passed in between 1985 and 2025. So she's making it about herself, guys. Have we heard this before?
To get all this out.
And you had that feeling right from the start, or is that something that kind of
No,
came?
that was right from the start.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just interesting because I haven't heard her do this whole, it's all about me before. This is the first time I've seen it in these there's been about 6 interviews. This is the first one she's took it in that direction, but let's keep going.
One of the compelling themes in the book, it seems to me, and there are many, is how to live a private life in the public eye. Mm-hmm. I know that's a mouthful, and we could...
Do you know what? She doesn't want a private life. Come on, let's be real, guys. She's out a lot. She's out in the world doing different events a lot. Like, for an 80-year-old, hell of a lot.
Talk for a week and a half just about that. And then through many interviews I've done, I've talked to musicians and actors and so on about this struggle. So early on, you talk about how you talk to your mom all the time, mm-hmm. and your mom, I think the word you used was a guide. Mm-hmm. In a world that was not a world that she was in show business, that kind of thing, is there early on, can you get advice from her about how do I manage this, or others perhaps?
No, not really, because my mother, would come to visit me. She didn't live it with me.
Right.
Of course, I was at Graceland, and she came, my father and mother came.
Well, she was at Graceland up until 1971. So it's funny because she talks about Graceland like she was there till now. Yeah. Of course, things changed once she became co-trustee. Once Vernon, in 79, she jumps on board, and she didn't live there. She didn't live there, did she, guys? So she hadn't lived there since around 1972. Yeah. She'll talk about Graceland like it was her home. Really, it was it was her home, of course, from 63 to around 72. Yeah. They had a very troubled marriage, Elvis and Priscilla. There was unfaithfulness. Let's keep going.
Came to visit a couple of times, and she never really lived the life. I mean, so, and I didn't want to give her part of my life. I didn't want her worrying about me,
Strange. So if Mum lives with Priscilla at Gracelands, she didn't want to give her part of her life. she didn't want to worry. So if she lives in Gracelands, it's going to make her worry. Okay? I'm trying to analyze it, guys. Let's keep going.
I didn't want her to, I mean, she already had, 4 other kids, and I didn't want her to, worry about me and knowing that I left at an early age. And so I didn't tell her, Cher.
Well, let's go with this, guys. I find, even this I find a bit odd. So she had 4 kids, okay? Her mum, yeah? Now, remember, she didn't move in to Gracelands till she was nearly 18, not 14, yeah? She's going to worry about her no matter what. It's her daughter. They don't get married to Elvis till she's 3 weeks before she's 22, okay? So let's keep going.
With her a lot of things.
Because the reason I'm analysing it is because I think Priscilla manipulates people. I really do. I think she toys with them, yeah? She's with it. I can tell she's completely with it in this interview, yeah? Where the one where she dressed in red, I thought she was very, at least tipsy, very tipsy. Yeah, I don't even mean that as an insult. I can just tell the difference in her alertness of the interview. It's just my opinion for entertainment purposes, guys.
You start the book with the decision, I have to leave this marriage in order essentially to be me, and I'm paraphrasing there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, remember, we've got the whole, I had to find myself. Let's keep going.
I need to do this despite the fact that I love this man.
I did.
Yeah.
Well, he's missed out the fact that she was secretly seeing the karate champion Mike Stone for a whole year while she made that decision. We must throw that in. This isn't a woman at home alone, locked in a cage, doing nothing, no freedom. This is a woman out and about, having a secret affair for a year, doing lots of different clubs, dancing, karate, had her own car, had friends and family could visit. She was friends with all the people that were living at Gracelands, the Memphis Mafia's wives, etc., and more. Yeah, she had a busy life. Yeah. So please don't put it in your brain that there was this isolated, lonely Priscilla. She was traveling 4 to 5 times a week, long distance, to see Mike Stone, the karate champion, for a year before Elvis found out. Okay? So let's get that in here so that we get a better context of what's being said. He, at the moment, is completely unaware of this. So, Bud Mishkin, so far, he doesn't seem to have done proper research, but let's see, he may do.
Very much, and still do.
Right.
I just needed to escape, really, into my...
See that word, guys? Remember, I'm defending Elvis, yeah? That escape word. Why is she a prisoner? Remember, she chooses, probably begs, to go to Gracelands. First of all, she holidays there a couple of times. Eventually, she moves in when she's nearly 18. Why suddenly is Gracelands? She's moved from Germany, which is a normal home, with her parents, who were serving for their country in 1959. Suddenly, she has to escape. Yeah. Why does she say she had to escape? Now, remember, she's got a husband. Yes, he's a celebrity, a singer, a movie star. So he goes away a lot. He has to. He's got loads of contracts, movie contracts, eventually the tour contracts at Vegas. She's got a daughter, a beautiful daughter. Remember, we know within a year of the wedding, she's unfaithful with the dance instructor. So she must have had freedom there. Months after Lisa was born, when she was just a baby, Priscilla would have been in their lovely home, where they had more than one home, didn't they? Yeah, Elvis and Priscilla. So why is she saying she felt she had to escape, even though she had all that freedom? She could do what she wanted, and she was seeing other men.
My own world. I lived his world.
Again, I'm jumping in a lot, guys, because I know she's manipulative with her words. I had to live his world. What does that mean? If she is seeing other men, she's got lots of clubs, she's got her own car, friends and family can visit. Yeah? She's not a prisoner in the house. She's living in a mansion. She's living a celebrity lifestyle. So why did she have to escape?
It was his people.
No, she was allowed friends and family. There was also other friends, like the wives of the Memphis Mafia and many other people. It was a very busy place. Gracelands, remember, you did have the Presleys there. Now, remember, she moved. The Presleys were a massive part of Graceland. The ladies, the female Presleys, were big, right? Very important. Yeah. My point is this: she moved into his home. She wanted to. She pushed for it. It was her choice. No one forced her. She knew Elvis's lifestyle. She knew how he lived. So she is saying it was his world. Yeah. She chose to be there. Okay.
It was his guys. I, lived with.
Right. I'm going to keep going, guys. It's the same thing. This is when she gives the impression that it was just her, Elvis, and 6 men. This is what she keeps telling. This is the story she keeps repeating. We know there was all the Presleys, Smiths, there was other cousins, there was her family, her brother, her sister, her parents visited. She had total freedom. She could go wherever she wanted to. Yeah. Obviously, we know she was having affairs, at least 2. Okay. Just go with it, guys.
Had 5 guys around all the time.
All right. Well, the last interview was 6, but okay, 5.
Because that was Elvis's, Rat Pack.
Right.
Well, no. Elvis was the most famous man on the planet. He needs bodyguards 24/7. Wherever he went, he was mobbed, chased down the road, wherever he went. He couldn't go anywhere. This is why he lived at night, because during the day, he was mobbed wherever he went. So she's married a man, the most famous man on the planet, good looking, very good looking man, yeah, who was adored, of course, and who needed 24-hour protection. In fact, I think any celebrity at the level Elvis was at needed 24-hour protection. So again, she knew she was getting into this, but to suggest that there was just 6, this time she said 5 bodyguards, and that was it. So she's giving the impression it's 5 bodyguards, Elvis, and just her, and that's it, in a massive mansion, because obviously Graceland is beautiful, and she's all alone, and she's imprisoned, and she had to escape. This is the mind game she's playing, and this guy who's interviewing her so far has fully fallen for it. Okay, let's keep going.
And I liked them all. I got along with all of them, but I felt that a lot of it was taken away because the guys were always around. Elvis always had guys around, no matter what, which was fun. But I was the only woman. I was the only girl.
No, he did, yeah.
And I didn't get a lot of the jokes, all guy jokes. But
she's still giving the impression that it literally is all men. It's not true. There were a lot of women in that.
we would do the same thing every night, was go to the theater, the movies, and we would see all the first run movies before anyone else did. Right. And which Elvis loved, and he enjoyed.
Sounds fun.
Doing that because it got him away from thinking and just focusing on the movies, and now we did that almost every night. And then of course,
every night. Did you believe that? She was just going to the movies every night with Elvis? Every night?
During the day, I have still a love of horses. So, he knew that, so he got me a horse and surprised me with a horse, and got jealous because I was having so fun going up and down the hill of Graceland, so he had to get a horse. And so the 2 of us would race down the front of Graceland, and of course all the fans and all the people that were seeing us out there would stop, and there'd be rows of cars on both sides of the street watching. So he never really had any downtime, and people were always around.
Right. So in the early chapters of the book, as you write about this decision to leave, is there anyone you can go to and for any kind of advice in terms of how do I do this?
So, Guy, this guy, Bud, you're a bit of a disappointment so far. Sorry, mate. You've completely fallen for it. She's hooked you. You completely believe she's all alone, surrounded by 5 men, living in a prison that's called Graceland. You're completely in that. When the truth is, there are loads of people at Graceland. Friends and family, and obviously just the normal visitors that you'd get at a celebrity house, yeah? But remember, she's living in a mansion. She just told you she was bought horses, yeah? She has total freedom, yeah? but you are already, Bud, you are already convinced she was this isolated, lonely prisoner. Okay? This is straight away, this is the problem with interviewers around the world. It's actually very disappointing because every time I watch Priscilla get interviewed, I always think, I hope they ask the right questions. I hope they, because he completely is on her side. He not even once is he trying to see what Elvis was going through. Yeah, a very overworked man. Yeah, who had signed because of Colonel Tom Parker, was committed to massive contract. Yeah, a workaholic. Elvis was a workaholic. Remember how good Elvis was to Priscilla, to the Memphis Mafia, to all of his family, all of them, cousins as well, even to friends, yeah, even to the Memphis Mafia. How good Elvis was to all these people. He gave them a dream life, yeah. She sort of moans that they, oh my God, we were at the cinema every night, yeah. This guy has completely been hooked. I'm waiting. I want these interviewers to challenge this woman and go, well, what would Elvis think? You know, would Elvis agree with what you're saying? Do you think Elvis felt you were imprisoned at Graceland? Get it? Do you think Elvis felt that you needed to find yourself? How did Elvis feel about you being unfaithful at least twice? Now, I'm not going to whitewash Elvis. He was unfaithful as well. Let's be straight. Elvis wasn't ready to be married. Now, I always wonder why he was unfaithful during, I don't know if Elvis was unfaithful during the marriage. There's a possibility Elvis, once he got engaged in 1966, was faithful. There's a possibility Elvis, through the marriage, through the pregnancy, was completely faithful. There's a chance that after Elvis discovers the Steve Peck affair in 1968, months after Lisa Marie was born, I'm not sure when he discovered it, mind. Put it in the comments if any of you know. There's a possibility that that's why he was unfaithful. It's pretty obvious once he catches her secretly with Mike Stone, the karate champion. We know that Elvis was in awe of the karate world. Yeah, really put karate champions on a pedestal. He really admired them. So once Elvis catches Priscilla being unfaithful, you know, she's secretly seeing him for a year, going for these long drives there and back for these fake karate lessons. That she chatted him up. We all know this, don't we? She chatted him up. Mike Stone has admitted this in recent interviews. So maybe Elvis was unfaithful for a reason. Maybe Elvis was unfaithful because he was reacting to her behavior. I don't know. Yeah. I'm not going to say Elvis is this innocent angel. That's not fair. Of course, Elvis was a good looking man, and women were falling at his feet. So, but we must remember Elvis was a Christian man. Yeah. So I'm sure he was at odds with that. You know, he's got his Christian beliefs, but then he's got the temptation, you know, he's human, of very, very good looking women falling at his feet. And he's got a wife, a very small child. So there's a lot going on, yeah?
How do I deal with this?
Good question. I didn't want to share it with my mother.
Right.
Because my mother, of course, and my father would be very concerned. And I lived with it for a while and just realized that I really have to find myself.
Oh, my God. So I lived with it for a while. Hang on a minute. I've just described to you her behaviour. From the point of getting engaged, through the marriage, the pregnancy. Remember, she's always pretended that she was lost her virginity to Elvis on the night of the wedding. We know that she didn't. We know Lisa Marie put it in her book that they had been sleeping together for a few years before that. Yeah. I think from 18 onwards. So there's a massive lie here, a 48-year lie. No, actually, no, from the book, I'll say. From 1985 onwards, the book Elvis and Me, she says she lost her virginity to Elvis the night of the wedding. It's not true. It's not true. So we know Priscilla can lie, okay? So I've just described her behaviour for the last, you know, between 1968 and 1972. Yeah? So let's keep going with it.
Really have to leave. And the most difficult thing was to tell Elvis that I was.
Remember, she's sleeping with a karate champion. We know it as fact because she's admitted it. He's admitted it. She's admitted it before on past interviews. Okay, secretly sleeping with him. He was married to a girl called Frances Stone. It's possible that she was pregnant when they met, because Priscilla did befriend Frances Stone, and they had a small girl. I think her name was Shelley. Yeah. So, you know, we have to be fair here. Yeah. She's trying to paint Elvis out as this, you know, really the way she's leading with this is, oh, I couldn't handle it no more. Elvis was constantly with other women. Yeah. She is with other men. Yeah. There's so much more to it. We need transparency. Now, the problem we've got is Priscilla goes around the world, tricking the world, conning the world about this version of things, which to me is fake news, fake Elvis news. Yeah. But these interviewers cannot be bothered to take the time to make the effort to challenge her, because they've fallen for the fake fairy tale as well. They have fallen for the last 50 years of bullshit. This is the problem, and she knows it. She has the interviewers eating out of her hand. Very smart. One of the best comms in history. And I'm only 7 minutes in, and I'm already disgusted by this.
I was leaving, and it was when we were in Las Vegas, and we had gone there to see a couple of shows there. And I went there specifically knowing that I was going to have to tell him that I was leaving.
Now, there's a possibility Mike Stone was at that show, yeah, and that Elvis even gave him a mention. 100% Elvis did give Mike Stone a mention, the karate guy, at one of his shows. I'm not sure if that is the show. It probably is. Now, remember, she's going to tell Elvis that she wants to leave him. She hasn't told the interviewer here, Bud Mishkin, she hasn't told him that she was being unfaithful for a year. She should say that. She should say, I've been seeing Bud Mishkin for a year. Oh, no, sorry. Sorry. Mike Stone for a year. So that this was going on, and I decided to tell Elvis I'm going to leave him because I like someone else. Remember, she left Elvis because she liked someone else. I don't know how much she liked him. I personally feel she used Mike Stone. Yeah. He was a tool for her, a means to an end. Yeah. I think Priscilla had her eye on a different life. She didn't want the settled life, the family life, the mum, kid, all that. She wanted fun, stardom, fame, fortune. She wanted to be on TV, in tabloids, be in the movies, be a model, sell products, promote products, stuff like that. She had a different eye. She had two choices. It was either the choice of quiet. Kids, shut up. Talk quietly, please. If you can hear me talking, it means I'm on air, yeah? So she had two choices, yeah? You've got be a married person or be the other double life she wanted, which was be a celebrity, be famous, be well known, have loads of money, have loads of boyfriends. Get it? Let's keep going, guys.
And it was, we had gone out to a show the night before, and I knew if I was going to do it, I had to do it then because, you know, I knew I had to leave.
Is she going to tell him she was unfaithful or not?
So it was the morning, and I was getting ready to go back to LA, and then I just, you know, told him.
She's so good at this. It's like, oh no, poor me, you know, I'm a victim. Look what I was going through. You know, I had to pluck up the courage to leave him. She was seeing someone else for at least a year.
And then I said, I have to tell you something.
I'm live at the moment.
And I hate telling you this. And I said that I have to leave. And he thought, meaning leaving then.
Right.
And he said, yeah, I thought you told me you were going. And I said, no, I have to leave our relationship, our marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And he
During a show, did this happen during a show?
he went, what are you talking about? He called me Nungin, and it's short for
So did he know about the affair at this point? I don't think he did, actually, but let's just keep going.
Nungin. Nungin is youngin in the South. So he would call me Nungin, and he said, Nungin, what do you mean? What are you talking about, you know?
And she wasn't young in 1971. She was in her mid-20s, yeah?
And I told him that I had to find out who I was. I lived his life. I had none.
She didn't live his life. She had literally spent the last few years doing her own thing, having other affairs, doing all different clubs like dancing and karate. She had friends and family visiting. She could go where she wanted. She had her own car. No, he was away. Elvis was away making the movies in the 60s. In the early 70s, he's doing his late 60s, early 70s. He's doing his tour. He did the 68 comeback. Then he had the 69 Vegas, the beginning of the Vegas. So no, she wasn't living his life. She was a mum. She had Lisa Marie. I'm sure Lisa Marie was at their marital home. You know, I could imagine Elvis completely decorating that home to be beautiful for Lisa Marie. Yeah. You know, Elvis spared no expense. He would have given them the best of everything. Yeah. So,
No friends of my own.
rubbish.
His friends were my friends.
Rubbish. She could pick the friends she wanted. But yes, she was living in Memphis, if that's what you mean, a place she chose to live.
And I started dance classes. And
Now, she's talking about the dance classes. We know that she was unfaithful. Okay? Page 262. I'll quickly read 2 seconds of it. It ends by saying, I had a brief affair and ended it. But if you go further back, I began to relax, enjoying myself almost against my will. It had been a while since I had spent some time with a man who validated my abilities and appreciated spending time with me alone. It was the first time I was competing for my own identity. This was a high I had not experienced. I had a brief affair and decided to end it. If you go further back, she admits she was actually thinking about Steve Peck while she was with Elvis at home. Yeah. So will she say it? She says, oh, I had dance classes. I really like dance classes. Now think about it, guys. Let me read the beginning bit. Now, I've always said that she replaces the word dance with the word sex. I know this is a bit crude, but you think about it. So she starts her dancing classes. This is Steve Peck, the dance instructor. She calls him Mark in her book, 1985, Elvis and Me, book, page 262. He said I had the potential to be a good dancer, and he pushed me to the limit. Out of frustration and pain, I would want to quit, demanding that I continue. He told me that I was building character. Now, think of sex instead of dancing. Yeah? It's just a game I play. Demanding that I continue, that he told me that I was building character and forced me to repeat the same routine until it was nearly perfected. This made me realize that I could go further than I'd ever dreamed. Remember the game we're playing. He believed in me and I was accomplishing something. For the first time, I was creating a feeling good about myself, and I couldn't wait to get to class each day. She was going to dance lessons every day. Mark was charismatic and I was particularly vulnerable in lieu of a passionate marriage. Well, it wasn't a passionate marriage, was it? Because she was screwing Steve Peck, the dance instructor. Do you get the point, guys? You see where it's going? Dance was becoming my life. I was obsessed with it. Sex. Dance was becoming my life. I was obsessed with it, taking all my frustrations and feelings into the studio. I found myself thinking about Steve Peck, Mark, when I was home. So she was thinking about this guy, Steve Peck, the dance instructor, even when she was at home with Elvis. Now, of course, Elvis wasn't always there, but she may have been holding her baby because she's a new mum. At this point, Lisa Marie was only months old. Could you imagine how beautiful the home she lived in was? How lovely Elvis would have furnished it and made it perfect for Lisa Marie. A new father, Elvis, a new dad. Priscilla, a new mum. Yeah? So I found myself thinking about Mark when I was home. I had only seen him a few times in my life, and yet I was unable to get him out of my mind. I rationalized myself because he was always there for me. He seemed to understand me. Well, the man is she going to say any of that now?
Started to have friends of my own that were mine. And really it was like freedom, like, oh my gosh, there's other things in life.
She had loads of freedom, guys. What it is, she aspired for a different life. Don't fall for this. She dreamed of a different life. Even Donna Presley, when I interviewed her yesterday, Elvis's first cousin, I'm honoured that I interviewed her, by the way, all thanks to Karen, said she wanted a different life. This is the con. It wasn't that she was a prisoner, she was stuck at Graceland, all the rest of it. It was that the life she saw for herself, the future she saw for herself, wasn't the future she wanted. That's the difference. She didn't want to be a mum, a wife, living in grace. Because obviously, if you've got a husband, you want to be loyal and faithful and be there for the child. When I met my wife, we bought a home, we had a baby. I loved it. It was the happiest time of my life. It should have been for Priscilla. She didn't see that. I think once she got a taste of stardom, yeah, a taste of money, the big wide world, Hollywood lifestyle, Californian lifestyle, she changed her mind. She didn't want to be a Southern girl living in Memphis, living in Graceland. She wanted much more, including other men. I repeat, including other men. Elvis is always blamed for the unfaithfulness. She clearly was multiply unfaithful.
And they would go to the movies. They invited me to go to the movies, and a couple of them had parties, and a few of them lived down on the beach. And I got to feel what it was like to be with other people my age.
Yeah, Californian lifestyle. Yeah, I mean, she could be talking about any area, couldn't she? The life away from Elvis.
And felt like all the guys were with Elvis, and I really had no one for myself.
Well, he had his bodyguards, yeah, and she did have people for herself. She was surrounded with people.
Right.
So I veered off in that direction.
And moving
Yeah, so you shagged someone.
to California was a big part of that?
Come on, ask about Mike Stone.
Or
Not really,
relocating?
because Elvis had a home in California.
Right.
And when he would do movies, or when he was going to the studio and recording, and we would live there at our home. And then when that was done, we'd go right to Graceland.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're out in California, you're a young mom with Lisa, and in the book you write, I wanted her to grow up with a normal little girl's life.
Mm-hmm.
He completely skips over her unfaithfulness. Please do more research, bud.
Not easily done, I would imagine.
No, but I had a couple of friends who was not in the Elvis's group that were my own friends that had a couple of children around Lisa's age.
Right.
And they were not in the business. So Lisa became friends with a couple of those kids. They weren't, like I said, in show business.
Right.
Their parents weren't. And just to give her an idea of what it was like to kind of be free on her own and have her own friends instead of having the guys' kids.
Right.
So it started out that way, and then she started having her own friends, and then
I just want to say, guys, right? So it's Lisa's home, yeah? Don't forget, Priscilla wants out. So she'll call it the guy's kids. She'll go, anything to do with Graceland is something bad, is something wrong. It's bullshit. It's Lisa's home, where Dad lives. Yeah, whichever house it was, California or Graceland. So it's Lisa's home. The guys, the bodyguards are around. They've got wives, girlfriends. There's other children as well. Yeah. So from Lisa's point of view, wherever Elvis lived was home. From Priscilla's point of view, Lisa was playing with the guy's kids, being in Elvis's house. Get it? With Elvis's family. But remember, Elvis's family were Lisa's family. Priscilla is the outsider looking in. Get it? She's looking over going, ooh, that's all Elvis stuff. But remember, Elvis stuff is Lisa. Yeah? We have to understand what she's saying here.
we'd go back to Graceland, and then she would then had friends also there with the guys' children. So she had both sides. So she was able, I just needed to give her a normal life and show her what a normal life was.
I doubt that Priscilla lived a normal life. I'm sure she lived in a beautiful home, wherever it was.
Wasn't always, going shopping with Dad, or Dad, taking her for rides and taking her on the. We had a couple of what do you call it? We used to go racing. Thank you.
What was it?
A golf cart. We had a golf cart.
By the way, I'm getting help now from the audience. What was it again? Go-karts?
Golf cart.
Oh, golf carts. All right.
Yeah, it's a golf cart. So I would take her out in the golf cart, and we'd, go all over the grounds, and like Elvis used to do. He used to do the same thing. I'd be on it. I'd take her with me, but he was afraid because it was kind of rough what he would do. He's a guy. He was going all over, and I thought, okay, I can't take her on these kind of rides. So I would.
So she plays a game. Yeah. I don't know if you see through it. I do. Yeah. She creates in the mind's eye a description of her life. Everybody falls for it. Poor you, poor prisoner. You had no life. Elvis was away. You were always alone. You had no friends. Your daughter could not have proper friends, could not have a proper life. She paints a very black picture of her life. It's all bullshit. Yeah. She was living in paradise, right? So then the public that are there, in the audience, everyone's falling for it. The interviewer, he's a complete waste of time. He's not going to challenge her at all. She knows that the reason that people are there is because they love Elvis. Yeah. The reason they adore Priscilla is because she was once Elvis's wife. They treat her like Elvis, so they just want to hear anything about Elvis. So she starts talking about Graceland. She switches back from California. She's talking about Graceland. Eventually, she starts talking about the go-karts. She knows everyone wants to hear the interesting, fun stories about Elvis, but she's already brainwashed them in the last 10 minutes into feeling sorry for her, playing the victim. Do any of you see through this? Because I totally see through her game. So she may now go on to spend a couple of minutes. Oh yeah, Graceland was fun and Elvis was a bit crazy in the go-kart. So was Lisa. Ha ha ha. So yeah, the smiley, the fun stuff. She will wrap up the negative stuff in pretty wrapping paper. See what she does? You get some bad stuff. Poor me. Poor Priscilla. And then you get a bit of fluff. And then she'll go back and forth. This is the trick. And no one challenges her. No one disagrees with her. Elvis isn't here to go, hang on a minute. That isn't what happened. You're being tricked and conned and brainwashed, guys.
Take her out on the golf cart and ride her there.
As I mentioned, the book has a lot of joy in it as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes.
Yeah. And one of the sweetest moments in the book, this is years later, is after Elvis has died, there's a moment where there's a video playing and all of a sudden you realize that your daughter and Elvis are singing at the same time. Where was that?
Yes.
How did that come about?
My God, that's a jump forward. Now, just so you know, guys, all right, let me try and explain this. Remember, this gentleman has spent, he's probably similar age to me, maybe a bit younger or older. He believes the iconic marriage of Elvis and Priscilla. He would have been completely conditioned to believe in all of the drug stuff, all of Elvis's life, that he was a wild man. He was completely unfaithful, that she was groomed and controlled, forced how to dress and do her hair, all the crap, all the bullshit that is not true. Yeah? So he has completely jumped over everything because I can tell, I think this is an opening because he wants to talk about Lisa Marie. Okay, let's listen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And oh my gosh, it was beautiful. And Lisa kind of kept it from me. And
She's about how old at this point?
Lisa was about maybe 15, somewhere
so
around
you're still
there.
pretty young.
Yeah, somewhere around there. It's been a while.
Yeah.
But yes, and it was so beautiful. That was Lisa's idea, is to sing with her dad.
Right, I'm confused. Yeah, because she definitely was not 15 when she sang a couple of duets after Elvis died. I'm a bit confused. Right, let's keep going.
And it came out great. I mean, I didn't even realize I didn't realize, that I knew she had a love of music, but I didn't really realize that that's what she wanted to do when she grew up, is to be a singer.
Mm-hmm.
So that was one of the first things that she did when she entered into, people realized that she was, a singer, and then she told me that she...
I'm confused. I'm sorry. There's something. Am I getting this wrong? Let me just put it in Chat GPT. When did? It's just for a quick answer. Sorry, let's have a look. because there's no way she would have been 15. Have I got the wrong end of the stick? When did Lisa Marie Presley duet with her father after he died? I'm sure it was the 90s. Let's have a look. Yeah, we're 1997. 1997. So, okay. How old was Lisa Marie in 1997? I've never heard of Lisa singing at age 15. Never heard of it. Am I missing something? She was 29 years old. So, have I missed something here? Let's keep
She
going.
was going to sing one of her dad's songs, and she picked it out. And I mean, the rest is history. It's beautiful.
Yeah. You point out in the book, or you mention in the book, that
Confusing. I want to play that again, guys. Did I hear it right? Am I missing something? Hang on a minute.
the book has
So I'm going to have to stop and do a part 2 anyway, but I want to hear this bit again.
a lot of joy in it as well.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And one of the sweetest moments in the book, this is years later, is after Elvis has died, there's a moment where there's a video playing, and all of a sudden you realize that your daughter and Elvis are singing at the same time. Where was that?
Yes.
How did that
I was
come
in
about?
LA.
Yeah.
Yeah. And oh my gosh, it was beautiful. And Lisa kind of kept it from me. And
She's about how old at this point?
Lisa was about maybe 15, somewhere
so
around
she's
there.
still pretty young.
Yeah, somewhere around there. It's been a while.
So is this just a story I don't know? I'm a bit confused. I've never heard of anything, any kind of tape or singing of Elvis and Lisa singing together. Never heard of it. It's the first time I've heard this story, unless we're talking about the 1997 thing, which I don't think we are. Put it in the comments, right, guys? Am I getting this really wrong? This is confusing.
Yeah.
But yes, and it was so beautiful. You know, that was Lisa's idea, is to sing with her dad. And it came out great. I mean, I didn't even realize I didn't realize, you know, that I knew she had a love of music, but I didn't really realize that that's what she wanted to do when she grew up, is to be a singer.
Mm-hmm.
So that was one of the first things that she did when she entered into, you know, people realized that she was, you know, a singer, and then she told me that she was going to sing one of her dad's songs, and she picked it out. And I mean, the rest is history. It's beautiful.
Yeah. You point out.
Okay, so maybe there's a short story in this book that says this, because if he's brought it up, and I haven't read the whole of this book, please put it in the comments, guys. I'm a little bit lost on this. I'm a bit unsure. Am I missing something? Please put it in the comments. So, guys, we're gonna do this. We're 13 minutes in. Very interesting. I love picking her apart and just exposing the bullshit, because a lot of this is bullshit. I'm very disappointed in Bud. Bud, no offense, but where's Elvis's side of the story? Yeah, you're not seeing anything from his point of view. You're believing every word she says as if it's fact. And it's very unfair to Elvis, because there's so much more to the story. Elvis isn't the person that is to blame for everything that went wrong in their marriage. Yeah, 100% not. Yeah, I won't whitewash him. He made mistakes. He was a human. He succumbed to temptation as well. But come on, this is so unfair. This is so one-sided. Yeah, Priscilla is getting away with it again. She gets away with it, guys. Why? This is why we run a Defending Elvis channel, because this is just so unfair to Elvis and to Lisa. Take care, guys. I'll be back for a part 2.